The enchanted self is the amazing part of you, whether you realize it or not, that is full of joy. It's full of um, sort of breaking through the ceiling of wherever you are in life to realize something great can happen or something small can be fixed. It's a part of you that can rise to the challenge, that can be much more than your parents ever said you could be, or it can be the fun part of you that can make somebody else laugh and just, a baby or a little kid laughing and laughing and laughing, or it can be the way that a senior citizen feels when she tells you that she's finally feeling maybe happy since it's been a long time since somebody stopped at her house. You just don't know, but it's real. It's in you. You can't take it away. It's part of the human spirit. Well, yes, uh, basically, I've been exploring that in my first answer. So let's make it realistic. What does it mean to really, in any way, get in touch with your enchanted self? Well, it means that you open a door to your own future and your own worth in the world, really. So the enchanted self can lay dormant through a whole life of a person, and that would be very, very sad because they would never probably get to their full potential. The enchanted self becomes alive as we recognize our potential and we use it again and again and again. So, for example, if somebody is a person who really likes to have friends and be busy and have a good life, then the enchanted self would be the sparks within him or her that come alive when they really get to do things the way they want to. For example, maybe they have kids, the kids have sports, they have to be dragged to different practices, and maybe what really makes them get in touch with their enchanted self is they figure out a way to have the right snacks in the car, make sure the kids are in a good mood, they have fun singing or talking, and everything just goes one pitch higher than just ordinary. It's sort of like we almost have the knobs on an old-fashioned radio where you could make the pitch higher or lower. When you're in touch with your enchanted self, you can just get your own pitch a little higher so you can go one more step with whatever that is, whether it's to finish college, become a doctor, go camping, get rid of the flies in the basement of your house. It's a range that goes from the ridiculous to the brilliant. And it's all about getting closer to your real capacities. Accessing our enchanted self may be one of the harder things that we do in our lives because it isn't just sitting there, oh, hi, come and get me. No, it's buried. It's buried deep in your heart and deep in your mind. So some of the ways that I've encouraged people to get to their enchanted selves are very simple. One of them is sitting quietly, relaxing, and thinking about all the talents that you've had in your life. Now, some of those talents you may have had to drop. Maybe you wanted to play the piano, but your parents couldn't pay for piano lessons. So the talent maybe got birthed a little bit and then it had to be hidden. But there are other talents that may have come up while you grew up that are still very strong. Maybe you're a good listener. Maybe you're a great cook. Maybe you love children and you treat them really well. Maybe you're good with numbers. Maybe you're good with figuring puzzles. Maybe you're good with taking care of the aged. As you begin to think about your enchanted self, it's very important that you notice what your enchanted self has already been able to do and what maybe you would like it to do, but you're going to have to rebirth it. So, the other part of recognizing your enchanted self is how in the world would I rebirth it? Well, actually, that's pretty simple. It's a matter of figuring out what do I need to do or be to achieve my real enchanted self, the best that I have to offer the world around my talents and my potential. It may be something as easy as doing almost nothing. Well, I love people, so I'll invite all my friends over. That could be a start. But oftentimes, this is a little bit painful because we have to think quite honestly. For example, if you want to be a teacher, you have to finish enough college to get a job as a teacher. If you want to be a physician, you'll have to get through medical school somehow. If you want to be a carpenter, you'll have to find someone who can mentor you and teach you the art or whatever. So sometimes there's a long road in front of us, but very often we're almost there. Very often, a lot of people are very nice, they're busy, they have talents that do come out to some extent, and it's really a matter of refining them and giving them to the world more often. And once you start to give your talents to the world more often, you not only feel very rich in your heart and your mind, but you bring good things to people and people, whoever they are. You do kind things and good things, and that helps the world, of course, but it also makes your enchanted self totally alive every day. I hope you'll go for the totally alive enchanted self every day. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yes. How do we stay on the horse and not fall off into the dirt? It's very hard to keep it going every single day. There's always all these blocks, either lack of money, lack of friends, lack of training, lack of opportunity, the house that slipped out of your hands, the girlfriend that walked away, which, obviously that's a little different than something you can do for yourself, but finding the right harmony of people in your life. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And all of these things can throw you off of your horse. And how do you get back up? I would say that the most simple way you get back up is to analyze what just happened. Maybe I applied for a job that was ridiculous for me, that I don't have the training. Maybe I tried to slip through a paper in class. I'm in college and, I sort of copied it somewhere, so I got caught. You know, maybe if I'm dating someone, he or she dropped me, but maybe it wasn't going to be right in the long run. So there is a lot of thought that has to go on, but that's why we have brains, so we can think about these things. And if you're a little blue or disappointed because something hasn't worked out, the simplest way to get back on your horse, and this goes back to the Bible, is to do a good deed. If you start doing good deeds, even one, your mood will usually pick up and you will feel better and you'll be able to continue. The last part of that, I would say, is stay alert. You may need a mentor. You may need help in deciding. Maybe I only want to get a 2 year degree, not a 4 year degree. Maybe I don't need college at all if someone will mentor me. And these things can, are very individual. I know in the library near where I live, many retired people have signed up to be mentors. They'll be mentors in the specialties they had. So oftentimes you can even find a mentor and move ahead in life for free, like through your library. So I would encourage you to not only do good deeds, but be open to miracles, open to those people that happen to come into your life. Maybe they're supposed to.